The purposes of the data management form are to keep all of your quantitative and/or qualitative data organized in one place and to facilitate data analysis. When you open the Excel file, you will notice several things. First, there are several worksheets available, depending on the kind of study design you were using. The current worksheet is indicated by the tab at the bottom of the page with bold type. We will begin by looking at the survey worksheet. Each worksheet is organized into columns and rows. The column headings indicate variables, in this case such things as demographic variables and survey items. You can name the columns whatever you like. Just make sure that each column corresponds to a single piece of information. For example, we can name this column Gender by typing in gender directly into the cell. We could also create a variable such as total score, which would be the sum of several items. Think through what your level of analysis is before creating your worksheet. In most cases, it is helpful to include every item on a survey, questionnaire, or test, rather than just the total score. Now let's examine the rows. Rows usually indicate participants. As you can see, we have a column heading Participants, which indicates the participant number. Each row should have a number corresponding to the participant, depending on how you have coded them. It is usually easiest to code them numerically, such as 1, 2, 3, etc. Then, each piece of data for each participant can be entered under the appropriate column. I strongly recommend using codes for categorical variables, such as 1 for male and 2 for female, rather than using words. This will facilitate data analysis considerably if you end up transferring information to a data analysis program such as SPSS. The next type of worksheet is for a one-group pre-test post-test study. To access this worksheet, click on the tab at the bottom of the page labeled 1+ Group Pre-Post. Again, the columns can be named whatever makes the most sense for your study. In this case, we have participant, indicating participant number, group, indicating the treatment group versus the control group or any other conditions, ethnicity and other demographic variables, and a series of variables for pre-test data and post-test data. As before, it is helpful to include each item for all tests or other measures, rather than just the total scores. The next worksheet is for a single subject experimental design. In this case, the rows stand for measurement time points, rather than participants, given that there is only one participant. This format makes it easy to calculate total scores for each time point and facilitates graphing. Finally, the observation worksheet is for qualitative data. You can customize the worksheet to meet your needs, but it is always helpful to include the basic background information such as the setting and/or individual being observed, which observation it is, your role in the setting, the date and time, and both descriptive and reflective notes. Remember that descriptive and reflective notes should be kept separate to increase objectivity. This concludes the tutorial.